move in to take control. Absorb, absorb, absorb. Still, we're gonna need a replacement. Marauder is not a good replacement, but it has to be something. Shadow Step. Teleports the unit a short distance in tactical combat. Urban Stealth Commander. We take more casting power. We have okay spells, the blind and the armor increase. The problem is I can basically cast something once and that's it. I've been not really casting anything. And if I have to cast a defense, I'm wasting one of the turns, so it just doesn't make all that much sense. Minor teleportation, but since we're flying, it doesn't make that much sense. I think we're going to just buff ourselves. How about panicking attacks? No, this is not an attack, this is a special ability. 7 points. I would like more resistance in a way, because that's what screws you over more than anything else. Free movement. Again, flying. Pass wall, again flying. Projectile resistance, but we already have great projectile resistance. Resistance would be the much better ability to have. Right, I just don't see anything particularly interesting. I could always save the points, but there's no guarantee that we'll get anything particularly interesting the next time either. So give me the resistance. Take armor piercing, extra damage to armored units. It's not really a huge problem either. I mean, if we get to attack, we're usually going to do enough damage to take care of business. It's more about general survivability that's the problem. And I think I'll save the points. Again, next time we might get something better, and 2, we want more resistance and health, which we cannot afford, so saving points. Well, we could challenge these to a fight. There's firewall surrounding it. And yeah, that's not a good idea. We're just asking for trouble. This guy isn't exactly a bad spellcaster. 40 points of... It's still just one area effect attack and then maybe another single target attack. It's not a lot of spellcasting power really. I would like to take part in any kind of fighting that happens here though. They might make an attempt on the southern city. It's certainly vulnerable at the moment. At the same time, I don't think they'll dare It's automatic loss for this city if they do. We have extra production capabilities. So we're building shrines for now. Shooting grounds. Well, basic wall shooting grounds, some maybe like 2 to 3 archers and at least 1 melee guy. If we're seeing some kind of a respectable army moving around here, we can quickly ramp up the defenses. But no point having massive defenses here if there's no immediate threat. We are taking a fairly carefree attitude toward the construction here. Pretty much undefended area, 6-7 cities there. We have the luxury. I don't think I can get additional forces to join the battle. Very likely victory, right? Butcher or gold? I think I'll take the gold. A couple of these and we'll probably get a allied state out of this. Or rather they'll join the empire, not be just allies anymore. How are we gonna split the group? These can be the melee parts of our defensive forces. Right, so very likely victory. Yes, I agree. Also the death, I guess, of the Gore Smart faction. And try to disjunct it. I'm more curious how much it would cost. Cannot be disjuncted. I think it's I would have need to disjunct it outside in this combat. Preparations in case they want to try what they did last time. I'm gonna use everything I can to buff their resistances. You're just gonna die if you interfere. I'm pulling back a little bit because they had the fireball. I will try to kill their leader through spells as quickly as possible. Swarm darters will not survive against proper crossbowmen. So I think I'll just keep them as a protective lineup in case they want to rush us and provide fire support that way. I'd like to probably leave them to defend these sides. I know we're making fireball targets here, but I don't particularly care. Someone's going to eat the fireball anyway. They have a better target here, I guess they could cast a spell on. Right. Static Spear on her, allow her to attack there. That's or Star Blades. It would have the static effect on her attacks. Also bonus damage. Or Chain Lightning. You can play this game. I don't care too much about breaching the wall itself. We can do it, that's just fine, but to kill the units. Excellent, more experience. What do you get with level ups? Range strength, range strength, range strength, range strength, crippling wounds. Pretty much as expected. Ooh, critical hit. Excellent. So, how long do you think you're gonna last this bombardment? One invoker down. And the musket. That's truly a powerful weapon. We have I guess it has some kind of armor penetration property. Fires musket balls at target enemy. The impact has a chance to stagger the opponent, causing them to lose 50% movement. You know, it just has a huge amount of normal damage. So if he dies, they have nothing that could possibly prevent us from killing all of them. Quite easily, in fact, too. What you gonna do? You're gonna do something. You have to do something. Not giving his hero the luxury of trying to do something useful here. Try to stun the crossbowman. Yes. They can kill these. I should have taken the martyrdom ability on Namlik. Yeah, I'm not taking chances with you. Next turn you die, no matter what. You cannot survive the next turn. I really wish they wouldn't have had that fireball spell. That I had plans of trying to fight them with the armies, but with the firewall it just... Oh god, it does a bad things to any troops that tries to go there. Gorsmag. Are you even getting level ups? Yes, you are. Get Gorsmag. Kill them all! Ah, this is good. Excellent. I guess we're going to keep the war machines in the group. We're getting a huge amount of experience out of these siege fights. So it would be sort of a shame to just leave them here. Right, now you break the gate. I think you had the reach. Right. That's it. They'll all down the next turn. Question is, is someone gonna benefit on our side? Unit has already leveled up once in this battle. So who's gonna get the experience points? I suppose the heroes should take as much as they can. No, the beetle doesn't have the range for it. Right. He has a backup city somewhere here. But really, this decides the control. What I've seen here is nowhere near as good as this. This is perfect for dwarves, as the, I suppose, rivers leading all everywhere. So even if we want to ignore these places, we can easily get units transported where we need to. Seven points. Wow, of poverty. Not sure I want to spend things on anything. Absorb pain is a good ability though, especially since I'm not using this on anything. Save the 4 extra points. Absorb. Everyone gets absorbed. We have our army together again. I'm not sure I want to combine the heroes. This is now an okay group, and the other group's okay now too. Now that Namlik can do more things. So they're fine. Still, relying on 2 trebuchet on the other hand probably isn't a good idea. Yeah, they're nice and all that, but they basically stand there and shoot. That's all they do. Veteran troopers. Yeah, the war machines have to go. Replaced by cavalry. I'm looking for more mobility. If I can ditch the Blight Doctor to Butcher at some point, that's fine too. Still, we need to start making some moves. There's something underground, and I think we need to address that now. At the same time, there's clearly a small city there, and there's another underground entrance, so why not push there immediately? He's going to respawn in his capital very soon. One of our armies can go underground from this place, the other can continue on, or head south. Either way. Wait, you have items. Always forget these. Lightning Wand, Shock Bolts. Give it to the Namlet. He has currently Spirit Bolts, which are fine, but sometimes Spirit just isn't effective. Lady's Diadem of Grave Return. Resistance, Undead Slayer. +2 melee strike. Legendary Jewel. Cave Crawling, Night Vision, Spirit Protection, Resistance, Vision Range. Well, that's very nice. However, what I need to know is Headpiece, jewelry, and weapon. Who actually has needs of these? You don't even have a weapon. The headpiece is not for you. Could use a jewelry. This is a nice weapon, but I'm not sure if it's great for her. I suppose it's okay. I mean, it is very powerful, there's no denying that. Strong will, immune to mind control effects, and spirit. Fire protection, it doesn't really do much for her. Yeah, they use a lot of fire damage, but she flies, that's the main problem. She could probably benefit much more from the other jewelry piece. Send this to him. Use a headgear too. Plus defense and Dragon Slayer. Versus resistance Undead Slayer. Ready? A lot of things happened this time. Items arrived. Everything equipped, nothing equipped, nothing equipped. I'm mainly interested in the resistance of this item, so try to get that as high as possible. Fire protection, fire immunity, resistance on the Slayer. Produced a shrine. Good for you. The wall. Produced, right, produced, right. Okay. One of the dwarven cities. Crossbowmen are actually quite nice. Don't need a storehouse. This has full population already. I guess it keeps going up, but I don't think it won't go higher anymore. Rather, there's no benefit of it going higher, I guess. I'm not sure if there's a point building the war halls, because clearly some of the other cities can already produce them. So I'm guessing a shrine? And as always, no. I don't think we can even store more mana. 100 more. Yeah, that's not gonna help us too much. Research. Don't really can afford these things. Items arrive. Right. Domain invasion. It's the ships, I guess. Where exactly were we going? I'll end it here. We pretty much secured totally the eastern side at this point. We have a solid grip on the center, so it's more of a send out scouts at this point and see where we want to strike next. We might secure this area for a while, but So I don't see how they could possibly dislodge us anymore. I haven't seen any kind of major push on their front anyway. I guess the human theocrat, Warren Red, send out some more scouts. I'm very curious about what they have down south. I know that, but we have a couple of options where we can go. I'd like to fully understand the options. This needs to be played out, otherwise it's just a matter of time before there's going to be an army popping up from here. Well, you can go south. Just send one of the armies with you. It's just a castle. Well, it probably is a bit more than just a castle, but no, it's just a castle. So we'll have to go underground to get forward, or alternatively go by the river. There's a site there we probably want to visit. And that's about it. I need more monies. Is that it? We make another scout for us. Oh, can't go over these mountains, so we'll either have to go south or north to push forward. Right. I'll have to do something about these. They're constantly giving me a little bit of trouble. Where did these pop up? Army of Gustav. There's... yeah, the capital will be underground, right. So... if I want to do anything useful, I'll have to fortify my positions. This is not settled quite yet. I think I'm pretty much... I have won this, but they might try to challenge me now that they can. Which means... after the war machines are down here, they probably need to hit underground. Probably should start doing something new. Haven't exactly used my theocrat units. A couple of martyr or two to, I suppose, at least one to support your main battering ram unit that goes into the and fights the enemy, makes a very big difference. But at the same time, the problem is you sort of have a unit that only functions as a support. And we have plenty of those in our troops already. If anything else, I'm looking the exact opposite, units that function as the front line. Support units are are trained by the Order, giving them devout property. I'm not sure what that means. Infantry and cavalry units are trained by the Order, receiving 20% spirit protection and devout property. So I could do a lot of research to give my army the devout property. Beacon of Faith marks the units of target enemy army as heretics for 5 turns. Devout units deal additionally up. So we could drastically change the balance of fight in our favor. Terraformer, I don't know. I think our biggest problem might not be the casting points at this point. It's more about we don't have all the great spells, and I'm not too fond of the special units we can produce either. I'm okay with the normal units. So it doesn't seem like the Empire expansion offers us all that much besides simply giving us smaller casting points. So I think I'm going to be focusing on spells for a while. The simple lack of damaging spells costs us quite dearly, and we have at least a basic dispel, basic damage, and some minor convenience spells. But it's hard to see much of a use for them in most situations. I suppose the damage return or reflection spell might be useful, especially if you have healing power and the martyr ability. So you can put something very sturdy on the front line that soaks up damage while you sort of spread it even wider on your own ranks, and everyone attacking him is getting hit and taking damage from their own hits. The problem I have with that is the reflected damage is not enough. It'll never be enough, and just weakening some enemy units a little bit, it's nice and all, but I'm hard pressed to think of a situation where that would have been a deciding factor in a fight. It could have been slightly amusing in a few situations, but fights are decided by other things. That said, I'm not exactly an expert on how the theocracy units tend to work if you start stacking all those abilities. So maybe there's something there that can work. I think this has more detailed information on those. Hero upgrades. Yeah, everything you could have. I still haven't looked through these. I might do exactly that. Mostly the classes, I suppose. What exactly does make something a dreadnought or a theocrat? What's their thing? Not just I sort of can understand their thing. However, I don't understand what they get, and it's a huge waste of time just trying to randomly develop these skills when you don't know what's at the end of that. Ironclad warship, tier 4 boat, fire mortar, fire broadside ram. No mission yet where Navy would have been even slightly useful though. Juggernaut. Enables production of the Juggernaut in cities with the industrial plant. Is that a land ship basically? Yes, that's exactly what it is. It's a gigantic tank. Mortars, rams, broadsides, wall crushing, walking, tree crushing, forestry, reinforced machine, armor, light protection, spirit protection, shock weakness. How do you produce these things? Yeah, I don't want to get distracted. I'll take a closer look at some of these. How I want to understand things a little bit better so I can plan things a little bit better, but mostly I think we basically decided this mission by taking these 3 cities. A little bit of a sweep up operation next time, and after that sweep up of the entire scenario.